What up, YouTube? Welcome to the Nate Noah podcast, also known as the Dial-Up Podcast. For obvious
It's the
reasons,
Dial Up Podcast.
we were saying that we needed to have like a theme song for our podcast, and Noah said he would sing it because he's such a good singer.
Oh yeah,
You should hear him sing Smash Mouth, right?
oh yeah, All Star baby. You should hear me also belt out the Power Rangers theme song.
Noah was talking off air how he was gonna beat up some high school kids who were talking bad to his mama.
I mean, you don't talk back to my mom. She's an amazing lady. She's the best.
I would say be careful. Kids nowadays know are scary, man. They scare me, these kids. You don't know what they're packing.
What are they packing knives?
I'm talking they're packing guns.
Guns.
Hey. I
This is
care
his
about you. I don't want you to get in no shootout with some hooligans.
Okay, first of all, they were white kids. Nobody. Who owns freaking guns in this country except for hunting?
I don't know. The gun levels have kind of gone up, I think, from what I see in the news anyways.
That's because some idiots are importing them from the U.S. and it's usually just straight up criminals and gangsters.
Absolutely. See? The kids aren't even in school. Who knows what they were up to? Be safe, everyone. Be safe. Welcome to the Dial-Up Podcast. Hopefully you're doing great. Other than that fun experience, Noah, how are you in general? How's everything been since the last podcast?
Instead of defunding the police, we should fund a freaking Batman. I've been doing good.
That's good. Who made fun of Batman? I missed that.
No, I was saying, like, instead of defunding the police, we should be funding a Batman.
Funding the Winnipeg Batman would be a horrible superhero. I have a feeling he would suck.
What if we have, like, a group of Bat people?
He'd be the one in the Batman movie wearing hockey pads. That would be our Batman. Oh. So Noah, let's get into the podcast. You know, we always have an agenda, right?
Yeah. So,
Well, so go ahead. I got some topics we can go into as we go, but
I wanted to talk about something quick first. So,
go for it.
Why was a giant tiger browsing the milk and the bootleg Lego sets?
The bootleg Lego sets.
I came across this thing called it's called a VX Gaming arcade retro gaming machine 268 in one. It's this little Game Boy looking handheld. They were selling it for $20 and looked like it was loaded with a bunch of bootleg Famicom ROMs and like NES games. And I'm like, not gonna lie, I kinda want that.
How much was it? You said
$20.
$20. Sounds like $20 too much.
I mean, that's probably because it's sold like locally in a store instead of on Amazon or AliExpress or whatever. But you know, I wouldn't mind a little cheap portable NES for on the bus, going to doctor appointments.
You know, I've talked to Lester and them about this, and we have this list of things that we never really say online on YouTube about what like makes us cringe and what really is annoying to us. One of the things that is really annoying to Lester and myself, I'll say it here for the first time, arcade one-ups.
Really?
They're corny AF, in my opinion.
I mean, I get why they exist. They're a cheap alternative for people who just want to, you know,
cheap? Did you just say cheap alternative for an MDF box?
Compared to buying a real arcade cabinet of the same game. That's what I mean in terms of cheap.
I think this would deserve its own podcast, but I would feel right not doing it without Lester. But we have many gripes about the arcade one-ups.
Heck, we should just do a podcast about great arcade games. I got tons to recommend.
I'm sure that would be a lot of fun too, and it'd be cool to see the differences in generations. That's kind of like the whole thought about this podcast is two different, like technically we're like 10 years apart, Noah and myself. I bet you he would like games like what
So,
games would you like? The newer ones.
because like my memories of the arcade are from like places like Rutgers and Fun Effects. So I I would remember like Mortal Kombat,
Oh yeah.
uh, Gauntlet Legends, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Rutgers had an MVC2 machine, and I missed that place so much because of it.
Wow. See, okay, I would remember games like I think the newest game when I was a kid was like Marvel Superheroes, and that's
Oh,
probably when you started.
that, that is a great one, though.
Yeah, but I literally remember games like the sit down table Pac-Mans, you know, Play Choice 10s. Like the games that you mentioned were
You know
my
what?
high school arcades.
There is an arcade at the Forks
Yep.
that has a PlayStation 10 machine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We should go check that out. We'll do that live one day, you and I.
Oh, I've been there, and they also have an original Asteroids Deluxe cabinet.
Oh, that's cool. I've never heard of this
I know.
place.
And they have an X-Men versus Street Fighter machine. It's the game inside is actually Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter.
They do that a lot.
You know, you want to go a couple rounds against you know, my Spider-Man and Chun Li.
You know what? The one thing I'm happy that I got to live through was the release of Street Fighter 2 in the arcade. I was in grade 3 when it came out. I still remember talking about it with my friends, going to the laundromat and playing Street Fighter 2. This is before Turbo, bro. This is like Championship Edition.
Oh, before the speed increase.
Oh man. There was actually I think there was one I think it's called Rainbow Edition in our city.
Oh, the Blue Lake one.
Yeah, and that's why Capcom made the Street Fighter Hyper Fighting was because in response to that one. I remember that one in the city. I remember seeing people like multiple fireballs on the screen.
Yeah, and you like switch characters by hitting the start button.
Oh man, it's such a good hack.
I know. I actually have it on my little MAME emulator box.
Because literally, when I was in grade 3, you would have probably been like 1 or 2.
Well, when were you in grade 3?
Long time ago. None of your business. Shut the fuck up already.
It's not polite to ask a man his age.
A gentleman of my era does not talk about his age.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I don't know. Arcades. I think there's. Do you think there's been like a spike in people collecting home arcades?
You know, I'm not sure, but I'm glad that there are still some kicking around our local city. Obviously, there's always arcades in the movie theaters, but they don't always have the games that you really want.
Yeah.
I have yet to come across a movie theater in this town that has any Street Fighter game, which is very disappointing. Because I remember KP, Famous Players, used to have one back in the day.
You watch like the Game Chasers and stuff. They're collecting arcades, going after arcades.
Yeah.
I see like arcade auction videos on YouTube. Okay, my whole theory about like where retro video gaming is by the different type of YouTube videos that are out and what's kind of trending in that space. That's how I gauge what's hot right now in YouTube retro gaming. And arcade one-ups definitely are. People are going bananas for that stuff. As corny as it is.
You know, honestly, I was very tempted by the Mortal Kombat arcade. I can own a Mortal Kombat cabinet, but then I realized it's $500, and I don't have any space in my house for it either.
And
So,
the way
like,
most people, one of my gripes is the way most people set it up in their houses. It just looks like it's not cool. I don't know how else to say it. It's not appealing to me. Corny. It's corny. The way they set it up in their house is corny. I said it.
I was also tempted by the Marvel superheroes one because that one had superheroes, Children of the Atom, and the Punisher beat 'em up.
Yeah, the games are cool.
But I'm happy with just my little MAME emulator box for now.
I think there's so many other options you could go that are cheaper and in ways better, I think. But these aren't officially licensed.
Yeah, like get an original Xbox and mod it. Put MAME on there. Final Burn Alpha.
The only thing I think it has going for it, in my opinion, is that it is licensed by the publishers and the people who made the games. That's what's cool to me. I like that part of it. But I don't know. Like, you got retro video gamers who have these gigantic collections, and then they stick a gigantic arcade one-up in the middle of this hoarder situation. Like, my room, I already feel like I'm a hoarder. If I didn't go out and buy all these things in my room, and I didn't have a hard time selling it, I would get rid of half of it. Maybe even more than half. But I don't know, man. There's like a part of me, my internal hoarder won't let me get rid of my stuff. Imagine me putting an arcade one-up in this room, and it's already crowded. People already do that on YouTube.
Where would you have room to put one, though?
That's what a lot of retro video game collectors should be asking themselves before they buy one, in my opinion.
I'm looking at your office right now. You got shelves of games. You got a beautiful PlayStation cabinet over there.
Oh, bro, you know what? This was never my office. At one point in time, this was a library. This was supposed to be my library of video games. But then my daughter got born, who I love, and then I gave her my office upstairs, and I needed an office for my work. So like I had to make this into an office/library game room. But I don't know. Have you been playing anything else? I want to get off of arcades. Arcade one-ups make my blood pressure go up. Have you been playing any games? Have you been buying any consoles? Wink, wink.
Well, I mean, I did just buy hold on. Let me go grab it.
There's a view of Noah's resting place, everybody. Any lucky ladies out there? Any lucky ladies that want to experience the experience?
No, man. I'm a good Christian boy. No, boom boom until marriage. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say sex, Noah. Come on, my wife and I never had sex till we got married. I dropped the bombshell there. I dropped the bombshell. Okay, show it to me. Hold on. Oh my God! Welcome to the Dial-Up Podcast, everybody. Look how beautiful it is.
It's really nice, actually. Haven't unboxed it yet. Haven't set it up, but I will tomorrow evening.
Now, tell me though, did you pay more than retail for that, or did you pay the official retail price?
It's actually the same price as a standard Switch.
Thank you very much. All these resellers scalping that thing. Oh my God! I don't mind people who buy and sell things, but I hate scalpers. I hate people who buy out things like that and sell them for exorbitantly more. Sorry, go ahead, Noah.
I was so lucky to get the last one at my local P&P. I called ahead. I'm like, do you have any left? They're like, yes. I'm like, can you hold one for me? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, I'm coming right over there.
Noah sprinted. He doesn't drive, folks. He probably ran there.
Just like, I turned into the Flash.
Noah, you forgot your pants. It's okay, Mom. Okay. It's the last one.
All you see is like a blur.
I have to admit, though, I saw it on, I think, Sick Cooper's YouTube page, and it is a very beautiful dock. I love the dock. I love the colors of the Joy-Cons. Those are beautiful colors.
It is very, very beautiful. My one gripe with it, though, is that it doesn't have the game.
It didn't come with a game?
No, I actually just found that out.
Isn't that weird?
Apparently, the guy there said that this actually came out a couple weeks before the game officially launched back in March. So that's why it doesn't come with it.
He probably took the game home.
I don't get why Nintendo, because when Nintendo usually makes special issues of the consoles, the game is preloaded, right, these days?
Oh, yeah, that's right. They wouldn't even give you a physical copy. They would just preload the digital version of the game.
That's better than nothing.
Well, absolutely. I agree.
So, I don't get it. But, hang on. Come for a little walk with me here.
Were his famous last words.
I did get the game.
Oh, nice. We can totally see that.
Sorry.
That's not your fault.
It's so blurry. Oh, my goodness. That's
the charm of the Dial-Up Podcast. That's awesome. So you've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, or you haven't really started it yet?
I haven't even watched the thing yet, man.
Wow, we should give you an HD camera so you can unbox it for us.
I'll be doing a little unboxing video. Don't you worry.
Have you have you been playing anything else?
Yes, actually.
Share.
So on my PS3, I downloaded Wolfenstein 3D,
Oh yeah,
and I've been playing through that.
is that like the original Wolfenstein?
Yeah, the original Wolfenstein from like
Nice.
'92.
I don't know what it is, but that one makes me extra nauseated when I play it. But I can play
Yeah,
modern first-person shooters no problem. It's weird.
I think it's just the way the walls are done, like textured. It kind of like messes with you. But
Maybe.
yeah, it's a pretty fun game. Always good to kill the Nazis. Love hearing them beg for mercy. My
What
Leben!
What do you like better, the Doom or Wolfenstein?
Oh, Doom. Far
Yeah.
and away, Doom. Doom's my jam.
I didn't even know as a kid Wolfenstein came out before Doom. Like Wolfenstein was first. You probably didn't even know that because you're so young.
Well, I knew Wolfenstein was first because I read it on the internet. But that was actually after I played Doom for the first time.
Oh, nice.
You want to know what my first Doom experience was?
Sure, share.
I bought the SNES port from Cash Converters as a kid.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Yeah, man, Cash Converters back in the day. I got the SNES port because I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's a red cartridge. And it was like a
That
guy
was cool.
shooting monkeys on the front.
I remember when we were kid. I was in grade 6, really heavy in the Super Nintendo, and anytime somebody had a different colored cartridge, it felt like a special game. You know, Maximum Carnage, Killer
I have,
Instinct.
yeah, I have both of those.
I think those are the only different cartridge colors in my library. Was there
Well,
any
you
other
know,
games that were different colored cartridges?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Unless you buy like some of those Chinese multi carts off eBay that come in like green and purple and blue and stuff.
Obviously, we don't count those, Noah.
No. But I've been thinking of making some reproduction carts of my own and like
Okay.
making them colors
Why?
for the hell of it.
I guess that's a good idea. You want to know what I've been playing, Noah? You want to know what I've been playing?
What have you been playing?
2 games. Really heavy right now. First game I have been playing, the Super Mario 35th anniversary game thing.
The All Stars.
Fan friggin' tastic. My goodness. Was it a fantastic experience? And I can't wait for you to play that when you open up your Switch, but it's chaos.
Actually,
I love KOing people out of there. I've hit first place at least 5 times now.
oh, you're talking about the Super Mario 35.
Yeah. Not the 3D All Stars.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about now?
yeah. Is it like a free download still?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think so. Like you should still
Okay.
be able to get it, but it is so much fun. It's a cool twist on. It gives me a reason to play Mario again, Mario One again, and I feel like is the rest of the world really bad at this game? Like I'm averaging top 10 all the time, right? And I see people get knocked out right at the first Goomba all the time because you always start at level 1, so people keep getting knocked out by Goomba 1. I don't get it, man. But and then like the further you go into the game, because I don't know if you know, but when you play the game and say you kill an enemy,
Well,
it
I did
shows
see
up
a
on
video of it now.
yeah, shows up on your opponent's screen, right? So if you're like the last two, you guys are just trading back and forth waves of enemies. So like,
You could even send Bowser to the other guys.
oh man, it's so much fun when you get like 4 Bowsers on your screen.
Oh my
And the
goodness.
spiky shell guys, you throw the spiky shells, and you got like 3 of those on your screen, and you're underwater. It's ridiculous. But that is that.
You know what I'm really looking forward to?
What is it?
I'm really looking forward to downloading some of those classic Nintendo arcade games that are available, like the original Punch Out versus Super Mario Brothers. I've been waiting for Nintendo to release their old arcade games forever.
Bro, that is one of the most well put together libraries, I think. It plays very
Oh,
seamlessly. It's great. It's presented so well. I love it. I love that there's not so many to choose from. it makes you really
Mhm.
appreciate the games that are there right now. You know? Sorry, go ahead.
Like for example, Sunset Riders is on Arcade Archives. So if
Yes.
you have a Switch, a PS4, Xbox One, PC, even go buy it.
Oh,
It's
I
a
thought you
fantastic.
talk. I thought you were talking about like on the Switch, right? They have the Nintendo and Super Nintendo collections.
Like if you have ever wondered about Nintendo's history pre Famicom, absolutely go download those Arcade Archive releases. The three Arcade Archives I would recommend from Nintendo Switch are the original Donkey Kong, because for some reason like every re-release has been the NES version, and the NES version is actually missing a level from the arcade version. I know.
Why do you know that? I want to know. I don't
I,
even care.
I'm way too invested in video game history, and I like examining different ports of video games, and I like owning various ports of video games.
I know you do.
You know how many versions of Mortal Kombat 1 I have?
Yes, I know. You showed it in the last podcast. Too many.
I have a mini arcade cabinet that I got from Walmart. It's not an arcade one-up. There's no way I'd pay for that.
Yeah,
But
definitely
yeah,
not.
the second is the arcade version of Punch Out,
Very
because
frustrating.
it's not as good as the NES version, but it's an important part of Nintendo's history. And third is versus Super Mario Brothers, because you might think it's just a port, but it's actually got remixed levels, and it's actually harder.
There you go, guys. From Noah. Try those out.
So if you want a real Mario challenge, go play Mario 35 and then go play some versus Super Mario Brothers.
That'd be a lot of fun, actually.
Oh, if you want a real challenge, wait till I show you guys my Mario Maker levels.
I haven't played Mario Maker in such a long time. Oh
I
man,
have. Did you say Mario?
Mario Makers. I haven't played Mario Maker in a long time.
It's Mario, dude.
Mario,
Whatever.
Mario. I had an
So I
Uncle
have Mario
Mario.
Maker
Okay.
on the Wii
Yeah. Go ahead.
U. I have Mario Maker on the Wii U, and I plan to once I get back to it, I plan to make some very vicious levels. I
We
want to
should
make
post
my
them.
own Mario. I'm gonna make my own Mario game within Mario Maker on Wii U,
Yeah, there you
and it's
go,
gonna
man.
be.
I can't wait to play them and destroy those levels and criticize how bad they were designed.
And then when I get Mario Maker 2, it's gonna be even better.
Bro, it's pronounced Mario.
No, in the opening of Super Mario Sunshine, Charles Martinet literally says Super Mario Sunshine.
You're judging it by
Mario,
a man's accent.
no, he is the voice of Mario. If he says it's Mario, then it's freaking Mario.
It's
Okay?
artistic interpretation. I was having a conversation with Shigeru Miyamoto once, and he said Mario.
Yeah, bullshit.
He told me, Nathaniel, I love Mario. And I was like, thank you, Shigeru Miyamoto-san, you know? That was in Japan, so I had to bow.
Right. And I had lunch with Hideo Kojima.
No, you didn't.
And neither did you.
Did Hideo Kojima try to put you in his game as an underage minor? He's creepy. He's a creepy man, but I love his video games.
I admit I got lost in his eyes over soup.
What?
There. He has
Anyways,
very eyes.
he does have very scary eyes. They're very Silence of the Lambs ish. But he's he's a video game genius, so what are you gonna do, right? Oh man. Oh Noah, I can't wait to unbox this right here.
Oh, nice.
It's a box
what's
of
in that?
wipes.
You know what? Those are essential.
No, there's
No,
a factory seal game in there that was graded by VGA, and I'm gonna open it on camera and get my. Like, it might even not be really factory sealed, and I might have got fleeced. But I sent off Lunar 2 to get graded by VGA because technically it was like
oh my
factory
goodness!
sealed.
You got the Lunar 2 graded?
Yep. Well,
Oh,
it had like a wrap on it, like a cellophane wrap, I guess. I don't know, whatever. It was sealed, but like I like the seal is not legit sealed because the game never came like sealed from the factory like that.
mm.
So they messaged me and they said, "Oh, you know, we got to remove the seal to check if it's really legitimately factory sealed." So I don't even know what grade it got or if it even got graded. That's the fun part. Stay tuned for that on the channel. God damn. I was gonna do it here, but I'm like, nah, I kinda wanna do it on my own. Be disappointed in my
Yeah, man,
privacy in my office.
that game deserves its own video. It's a prestige game.
Is it?
It's one of the best RPGs ever. So I'm
I
told.
might sell it.
Coming soon at GenerationRetro.ca.
Oh bro, I'm gonna be putting up for our oh that's a good segue. Thank you, Noah. On November 7th, 2020, we will be hosting our annual charity fundraiser for Extra Life Charities in support of sick kids' hospitals. And we invite everybody to join us. Noah would have joined us, except COVID sucks. And
Yeah, I
2020
mean,
sucks.
I could be a call-in guest.
Yeah, well, we're hoping people will call in. We're hoping people will donate to like a super chat thing. And obviously, the money doesn't go to us, it goes to Extra Life Charities as part of Always Player 2. But I wanted to do a 7-day auction 7 days before the actual live stream and have a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of items I'm gonna sell starting at 99 cents and like donate a portion of all the profits from those sales towards literally directly to Extra Life. I think that'd be fun. Did you
So
see my? Sorry, go ahead.
we're gonna raise money for the kids because the kids need it.
Oh, now more than ever, right?
Because I was actually a kid in the hospital once, and it's not fun.
Sorry to hear that, man.
So I sympathize completely with the kids, and the more money we can use to help make them better, let's do it. Let's
There you go.
let's play all the games.
Actually, because the team that we're on, Always Player 2, it's from Canadian Zangief.
Canadians
And
again.
yeah, his story is very heartwarming, and we're kind of well, not kind of, we're really honored to be a part of that team. And
Yeah,
every year we get more and more. We get our total donation goes higher and higher, but we kind of plateau for the past couple years. So this year I kind of set a goal to hit $1,000 from our team, just our portion thrift dweller. I think $1,000 would be totally doable if we really put our minds to it. So hopefully help us out. Join us on November 7th. Check the links below and all that jazz. Sorry Noah couldn't be there. In 2021 we'll have him. 2021. Because we've kept
assuming
it a
that's
bubble. We
also
kept
wrong.
yeah. Hopefully everything goes well. But yeah,
First month of 2021. So Godzilla appeared off the coast of Japan today, and he's pissed.
because Mothra just came as well.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I'll try and call in and maybe do some Bart Simpson style prank calls.
That'd be actually
Is,
hilarious.
is Amanda Hug and Kiss there?
That is so insensitive to today's generations, Noah. I'm a circle. I'm offended.
Excuse me, but I identify as a giant. My pronouns are fee, fi, fo, and fum.
Listen here, Fee. Oh my goodness. Hey, you know what they sell at Dollarama, Noah?
What's that? Whoa.
Fucking. Oh, there's your ceiling. They sell graphic novels there.
Oh yeah, I'm picking up some of those graphic novels from there.
Oh, bro. I've been going bananas with it. Ugh.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, it's so heavy.
I
I try to buy like the ones that are volume 1. I don't want to buy volume 3 or whatever. But some really fun titles up in there. Thor.
Yeah, I think I got that Thor one too.
Yeah. Siege.
I didn't see that one. I'll have to keep an eye out for
Oh,
it.
I love when they have the hardcover ones too. Those are the best. I got a lot. Maybe I should do a pickup video on this. Oh, this one I'm very hyped to do read this one.
Oh yeah, I got that one too.
The Lost Gods. I'm not actually gonna open this. I'm gonna read it digitally online.
I got a really nice Spider-Man versus Wolverine, Spider-Man and Wolverine one.
Oh really? I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Well, I bought it I think it was last year.
Uh-huh.
And I also got last year a really nice collection of Green Goblin stories.
Oh, that one was good. I have that one.
Yeah,
It's really thick too. There's a lot of good.
I
That's a lot of
know.
material.
And I bought like a. As soon as I saw they had a bunch of Star Wars collected editions, I'm like, I just bought a ton of them.
Yeah, I
I'm
left those
most
ones
excited.
behind.
I'm most excited to read the Darth Vader and Princess Leia ones.
I bet you are, Noah. I bought the Star Trek ones.
You
Oh my goodness.
know, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
As soon as my 31 Days of Horror movies marathon I'm doing right now is over,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start watching Next Generation on Netflix again because I forgot what some. I was having a talk with my old youth pastor, who's also super into Star Trek. I forgot what some of the episodes were like, and I'm like, you know what? I need to go back and binge now.
Oh man, we should do that. We should do a recommended watching again. Our segment here. But I would say, have you ever watched Deep Space Nine?
Dude, it's my favorite Trek.
Oh, thank God. I've been watching it again. I forgot how good that was. It like the early episodes are so good.
Dude, duet. My group actually did a Bible study on that episode.
Oh my gosh. Finding God in Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
It's duet is honestly one of my favorite episodes of Star Trek
Duet. Okay,
overall.
which one was Duet?
That's the one where they arrest the guy who they believe is the Cardassian war criminal who caused a massive massacre.
Yep.
And the woman who's in charge of negotiating with him, she lost like friends and family in that massacre. So she's like she hates him and like he wants to be sentenced. And it's like it's a whole thing about learning to let go of hate and like forgiveness. And it's a beautiful episode with a fantastic message.
Was the war criminal actually the real war criminal, or was he just pretending to be?
Pretending to be
Yeah, that's okay.
because
I remember that episode. That was a good one.
he sat back and watched a bunch of people be killed, and he thought that meant he didn't deserve to live, so he passed himself off as a war criminal and died.
That was a good episode. I like that one. My favorite episode is the one where um, Cisco gets kind of stuck in limbo or something, like in a Nexus thing, and it's his son always has to find him every like couple of years, and then like so like he sees it to Cisco, time never passes, right? He's stuck in this like white ethereal area, and his son Jake only can see him after like every 10 years or something. So Jake always passes by him like he's 10 years aged, and in another second he's another 10 years older or whatever, and then he finds him as an old man. Remember that episode?
Oh, you know what? Now I need to go binge Deep Space Nine too.
That was one of my favorite episodes. I won't spoil the ending, but it was very touching. The love of a son, son and father bond. And it's one of those episodes too. Like at the end, the only person who knew anything happened was Cisco, because time kind of corrected. And yeah, good episode. I gotta find the name of that one. I'll put it here on the screen.
Oh man, Star Trek can really, really pull up your heartstrings, man.
Star Trek is great.
It's a beautiful show.
Great. If I have to go off the top of my head right now, my favorite series in order would be. Oh, it's always a toss up between DS9 and the original series, but I have to go original first. The original series, then DS9, and then I would say I really liked Enterprise, and then I liked Voyager, and then the Next Generation, and everything else just kind of falls below that.
Yeah.
You go, Noah.
I haven't even bothered watching a lot of the new Star Trek stuff. Ever since the Abrams movies, I just kind of like, this isn't Star Trek.
You're right, it isn't.
Geez. I would have to say Deep Space Nine is my favorite. TNG is a very close second, followed by original series, and I'm not sure where I'd rank Enterprise and Voyager though.
Did you watch Voyager?
I've seen bits and pieces of Voyager, and same with Enterprise, but I never watched the full series. I know I need to correct that right away. Oh, I forgot the Star Trek animated series, but I guess that counts as original series too.
Yeah, I would count that there.
I would count that. Okay.
I like that. That was really good too. It had the original voice actors and everything. It was great. You know my favorite Voyager episode? Sorry,
What's that?
there was one where like Tuvok and Neelix. You know those characters?
Uh, Names sound familiar.
Okay, well Tuvok is like a black Vulcan, and Neelix
Hmm.
is the heartwarming cook, I guess, of Voyager. So
Okay.
through some transporter mishap, they kind of merge into one being, two separate people into one being, and then
Mm.
they get a chance to separate them again. But then the one being is like, "I'm a person now. I don't want to die." Because by separating
Uh,
him to back to Tuvok and to Neelix, this Tuvix they call him. He's like, "I'm a person. You're killing me." I love that moral. Where's the moral stance there? Right? Is it good to kill Tuvix to save Neelix and Tuvok? Good episode.
oh, that reminds me of my favorite episode of TNG, Measure of a Man.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Why do you like it, Noah?
Because, well, one, I love Data. Data's my favorite character in
Yeah.
TNG, next to Picard. And two, I really love the message of you know, like is Data as an android, is he a person or property? And like I like how that ties back into the allegory of slavery when Picard is talking to I always forget the name of Whoopi's character on TNG.
Oh frick! Now it was on the tip of my tongue.
So bad.
Yeah, like not Galen. What the fuck is it?
Such a bad Star Trek fan.
Well, that was not my least favorite series, so I'm excused for not knowing it.
Hey.
Oh, Guinan? Is it Guinan? Guinan.
I think so. Somebody, if we're wrong, please correct us in the comments. And you know, but yeah, like how that how Data's struggle was an allegory for slavery. Like that was really a great message, and I love how Star Trek was always so subtle about its political and social commentary. Like
Mm-hmm.
you get what they're saying, but that's the key to like social and political commentary and putting a message in your stories. You need to be somewhat subtle about it. You can't just beat the audience over the head with it because then it just becomes like you're just preaching.
Well, people who already have their defenses up, right, and they're not really willing to change their mind yet, you can't. The more harder like you go at them, the more defensive they're going to be. So you kind of have to
But,
ease into it slowly.
but like if you work in allegories and parables,
Oh, absolutely.
you know,
Do you know who Robert Greene is?
Robert Greene.
He wrote one of my favorite books, The 48 Laws of Power.
Hmm.
He's a very intelligent man. He has a YouTube channel. I'm going to send you a link to watch his video.
Okay.
But he starts talking about like some of his books, and then you don't realize it, but 20 minutes in, he's talking about society as a whole and how it
Hmm.
relates now. And I love the way he did it because I didn't even expect it. Anyways, I'll send you the link. Watch it, and we'll talk about it next week here on the podcast.
Nice.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I shared it with Ian,
Oh,
and he really liked it. So
no, I'm a very socially conscious person, but like, I'm not an activist. I'm not out there protesting, especially not in the middle of Winnipeg Fall. No,
no,
I can't do it. But like I I'm socially conscious, but I'm always willing to hear someone out. Like you can't change someone's mind by starting a fight with them.
well, unless you knock him out.
Wow. But like the way I see it, like some people are stubborn and will never change, but most people you can get them to at least understand your side.
Yeah,
But sometimes you have to understand their side and their story and where they may be coming from because you never know.
none of us know anything, though. That's the point. We
Exactly.
only know probabilities. Most people, we like to think that we know exactly the exact truths of our universe, of our world, but we really don't. We never will.
No,
People thought
that's
the Earth
all.
was flat, and they took that as like gospel truth. It wasn't.
Nope.
The universe is infinite. Is it? We've never been there. How do you know?
Who
How do you
knows?
know extremely what is right and wrong?
Maybe it's a multiverse. We don't know.
We can only predict.
Are there really aliens out there? We don't know.
The sun is going to rise tomorrow. Will it?
Well, it depends on where you live. Up north, some places it's like daylight half the year and the other half.
Touche, touche, Noah, touche.
You know, up in the Northwest Territories, the sun might not rise tomorrow because it might be night for half the year right now.
Yeah, I'm happy that we have this whole podcast and we're not really referring to the Rona much. I like that. We don't need to talk about it all the time.
We know it's there. People hear enough about it.
Yeah, well, this is what our podcast is. We're socially isolating, but we're not isolated from each other.
We're socially isolating, but we're not isolated socially.
There you go. Hey, look at this, Noah. I found a bunch of Pokemon toys from your generation.
Oh, nice.
I'll show it to you. Look at there's Magmar.
Oh, Magmar.
I'll show it to the camera here. I don't know why. I threw that up for no reason at all.
It was going to be for your kids?
Yeah, technically. My kids love Pokemon. Right now, oh my god, they're such Poke fanatics. That's a good term, Poke fanatics.
Oh yeah.
Actually, we have to go to Build-A-Bear, hopefully tomorrow or by Friday, to buy the stuffy Vaporeon.
Actually, my little sister got me this as a late birthday present.
Is that Build-A-Bear Vaporeon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping it didn't sell out. Like Jolteon in our city sold out really quick.
Well, I was at Build-A-Bear the other week, and I think they still had this.
Oh yeah, I'm sure because it's still like week 1 or 2 of it, so they should have it still. But I don't. They have it's good quality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I missed out on the first. I think they had Mario and stuff. I missed out on that because I wasn't into Build-A-Bear at the time. But with my kids, it gives me an excuse to go into Build-A-Bear.
I was upset that I missed out on the movie Sonic Build-A-Bear.
Yeah. Did you watch the Sonic movie? I didn't watch it, so no spoilers, but did you watch it?
Dude, my sister and her husband and we went to go see it in theaters back in February. It was great. I liked it.
Yeah? It's worth it. You recommend me watching it?
Oh yeah, it's a great, perfect movie to watch with your kids, your family. It's a good movie. It's fun. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's not a train wreck like I thought it was going to be. Sonic looks like Sonic, and Jim Carrey steals the show as Dr. Robotnik.
Oh man, it's funny. Since COVID, I never really buy Blu-rays or DVDs, but since COVID, I've bought quite a bit of Blu-rays.
Oh, I bought the Sonic Blu-ray as soon as I saw it was out at Walmart.
Oh man, I bought Far From Home. I was like, I'll wait for that to come onto like Disney Plus. Yeah. Far From Home, I bought the Pokemon Detective Pikachu movie. Oh, I got the card at least for that one. There's a Pokemon card in there.
Yeah. What Blu-rays have I? The last Blu-ray I bought was Piranha Double D at Sunrise for like $4.
You just buy from your work.
I do.
What did I buy from your work the other day? I bought a PS2 game. You weren't working that day. Really nice lady was working that day.
Oh, Kathy, she's great.
We were talking about like the Zelda soundtrack on vinyl, Breath of the Wild soundtrack. I'm like, that would be such a empty like vinyl, because the game itself is so empty, like when you play it. But I love how subtle the nature is. The soundtrack in that game. There's another game to play for your dang Switch.
No, man, I'm gonna get it on Wii U. Gonna be one of those people.
Why? Get it on the Switch. It's so much better on the Switch. It doesn't have any of the lag and slowdown in it. You can take it anywhere with you when you want to play it. And it's probably going to be cheaper.
I don't know, man. I just feel like buying Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. Yeah.
Sorry. I took my headphones off. There it is right here. Factory sealed. Graded.
I mean, it was the last official Wii U game, and I kind of want it just for that reason. But also, it's kind of like... I feel like the Wii U was almost like the Wii U I thought was a very underrated system.
Oh, yeah. There were some good gems. You know what I love about the Wii U though? I have to admit, playing Wii games in HD.
Oh yeah,
So
like
good.
I recently got a copy of Smash Bros. Brawl
Yeah.
a few months ago, uh, 12 years after it released, and I've been playing it on the Wii U, and it's still fun. I still love that adventure mode.
Right now, my son and I are actually playing Smash on the Switch.
Nice.
Such okay. I want to talk about that game actually. I
Okay,
would
the characters that have shown up in that game, I never expected. Like, I never expected freaking what was it? Terry from Fatal Fury and King of Fighters to be in Smash.
come on, right? Simon Belmont,
Okay, when they showed
Richter,
Simon Richter, I was like, it's about freaking time.
bro. Okay, first thing I will say, when you start the game, you realize this is a very beautiful game. The
Oh, it's
soundtrack
gold.
is it's amazing, and then they show all the characters in the game, and they're presented beautifully, and they work well together in this like totally random feeling mashup of games and characters. It works really well. The story is great. I guess it shows that you don't really need like the latest in technology to have a beautiful game. You know what I mean?
No, Nintendo has never been about that. The last time Nintendo had up to date technology with its competitors was the GameCube era.
Not even. I don't even think. But
Well, actually, the GameCube was more powerful graphically than the PS2.
that's right. It was. You are correct.
So
But
was the original Xbox.
and I guess you could technically say the Nintendo at the time when there was no other consoles that was the best in its class.
Well, I
Um,
mean, when the NES first came out, what do you have to compare it to? The most graphically advanced thing was a ColecoVision.
Atari, Commodore 64, but those were
Hey,
computers. But
hey,
anyways, back
don't
to
knock it
Smash though.
down.
Commodore's great, but no Smash. You mentioned the characters in that game. My son and I are playing like the adventure spirit mode. So many deep cuts when you get all those like assistant spirits. They got like
Yeah,
Hal Emmerich. They got like Big Boss, Revolver Ocelot. They got the sisters from Fatal Frame or yeah, Fatal Frame.
yeah, you got a ton of Mega Man characters.
Yeah, you get Bomb Man, Guts Man, whatever. Metal Man.
Bomberman's Bomberman's an assist trophy.
I know it's so many deep cuts and like the overall game board map thing. You got like Star Fox Universe, and you got right now we're playing through the base Metal Gear base in a Nintendo game with Nintendo characters. Amazing, amazing. I just unlocked Dr. Wily as an assist spirit thing.
It's like when you first played Twin Snakes on GameCube, but you're like, Metal Gear's on Nintendo.
I don't know. Metal Gear was always a Nintendo for me.
Oh yeah, don't
The,
forget the two NES games.
that Hideo Kojima hated. He
You know,
hated that port of Metal Gear on the Nintendo.
I get why he doesn't like them, but I still like them.
I didn't know any other port of the game. We didn't have that MSX version or whatever the computer that they play in Japan is, right? We've only had the Nintendo version.
We didn't get the MSX ports until the special edition of NGS 3.
I still didn't play it.
I actually have it.
Oh,
I got it at a
nice.
thrift store.
Oh, nice, nice. But who knew cigarettes would help you gain some extra time from an impending doom? What a great game.
How can you not love NES Metal Gear? It spawned some of the best retro gaming memes ever.
I feel
The
asleep.
chart have started to move. I feel asleep.
I feel asleep. A winner is you. That's pro wrestling.
Also, it has one of the best NES game covers ever.
Oh my god, was it Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Kyle Reese from the Terminator, man.
Okay, you're right. You're right. There was one Time Cop copy, wasn't there, or Universal Soldier one? I can't remember. They did so many ripoffs of covers from Konami. What was the guy? The Boys, the artist for Konami back in the day. I forget his name. Tom Du Bois, amazing artist, but he admitted to using reference photos for his shit.
You know what's funny? The original Castlevania cover art is literally a ripoff of a Frank Rosetta painting.
Oh my god, he's a great artist though, Frank Frazetta.
Oh yeah,
Amazing artist.
I'm like, look at the cover of Contra. It's clearly meant to be Arnold,
That's it. That's what I was thinking of.
Arnold Stallone, and a xenomorph.
It works. It just works. Oh my goodness.
Also, I think Castlevania 2 stole Art of Dracula from a Dungeons and Dragons expansion.
I love the fantasy swords and sorcery art of the 80s.
Oh, it's
Amazing oil paintings.
honestly, it's the best fantasy art. I'm a huge fan of Rosetta, Vallejo.
There you go. I had no idea. I only know Frank Frazetta.
My my older sister, who also plays D&D with me, she has a monster guide to D&D, and it's the art's beautiful.
Nice. Nice. I never got. You ever played D&D? I never got into that.
Oh, my church group plays D&D. I play D&D at my church. Take that, 80s soccer moms.
Wow. Church is crazy now, man. My kids, like the church that we go to, my kids are super into like it's on the internet, right? And they join. They have like these interactive activities that they do, and they score points and shit. And then they mail my kids gifts. Man, back in Sunday school, my Sunday school teacher would have a ruler, and she would slap your hand when you're talking, when she's trying to talk. That was my Sunday school teacher. She abused us, and she was like an old Filipino lady, so we couldn't talk back to her.
Old Filipino lady.
God is good. Attack.
Like, did you go to a Filipino church?
Well, a Filipino dominant church.
Okay, yeah.
Back in the day, you know. I'll never forget, she used to carry a meter stick around, and she would like tap your hands if you talked over her, like while she was trying to teach you something.
A real strict Catholic school style Sunday school teacher.
I think it was the end of child abuse in schools. That's when I got into school. You don't know what you're missing, Noah.
My Sunday school teachers were all very sweet ladies. But, I mean,
Lucky you. Lucky you.
I was going to Sunday school in like the early 2000s though, so I think they might have phased out corporal punishment by then.
I was in Sunday school in 1989. That was my first year.
Whoa.
Wow. I'm old, man. I am old, bro. Oh, I'll show you something I found at the thrift store, and it's probably the last thing I'll show you before we go. Hold on. Sneak peek for the next pickup video. That's 3 seasons of Beavis and Butthead.
You said butt.
Cornelio. Man, I can't believe I found this at the thrift store. All 3 of them at the thrift store. Like, come on. $4.99 or $6.99 each minus 20% off.
Honestly, one of the best adult cartoons of its era.
Man, I watched it in grade 5. It used to come on at midnight on Much Music.
Oh man!
And you were the cool kid in school when you talked about it the next day. You're like, I stayed up till midnight and I saw it.
You know what? You know what really sucks? Much Music doesn't play any music videos anymore.
Yeah.
Go look up the schedule right now.
That's kind of expected. They don't even do it in like in between shows or whatever. It's so crazy. No. That's crazy.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna figure out how to broadcast over analog. The old TV. We're gonna start our own network with blackjack and hookers and music videos.
Yeah, Noah will be doing that by himself. Everybody, I'll be watching as a fan.
NTV, baby. Uncensored anime after midnight.
That's Noah's channel, everybody. Please join him. And donate to the kids, of course, for Extra Life.
Golden Boy.
Oh, man. No, it's getting kind of late, my brother.
It's Initial D.
Oh, Initial D is the shit. No, I'm saying it's getting kind of late for myself, man. I gotta get up early in the morning for the kiddos, take them to school. Yeah, but any parting things you want to talk about? Any final topics?
I know it seems like things aren't getting any better out there, but you know, you still need to make the best of your time. find personal joys even in the little things right now. And most importantly, be good people.
I think this era has shown you how important the little things that we may have overseen back in the day when things were a little bit better out there, and now we can kind of truly see the joy in the little things. And I think you realize that, like, no matter if you're a rich multimillionaire or you're a homeless gentleman on the street, it's the same endorphins that give you joy that you experience. Only thing is, the guy who's homeless on the street didn't have to pay like millions of dollars to go
Mm-hmm.
across the world to enjoy. Finding joy in the small things. It's still the same high, man. Still the
Go
same
for a
high.
walk.
I went for a walk today. It was great.
Yeah, spend time with your family if you can.
Yes. Safely. Please be responsible, everybody. We
Wear a
believe
mask
COVID exists.
and call your grandma. She worries.
Oh my goodness, Noah. That's anything else you want to talk about before next time?
No, I think that pretty much covers it, man.
Oh man, that's good. That's a good hour podcast. Thank you so very much for joining me, Noah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you to everyone else who watched the podcast. I'll try to break this up into little parts and put the whole thing up as one giant thing. But no, thank you, Noah. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Join us for Extra Life November 7th. And I'll leave the final exit words for Noah.
Stay safe, my friends, and keep it weird.